Hello everyone and welcome back to Bring Your Own Popcorn. So today I am continuing going through my physical media collection, and today I thought I would go through quite an interesting bit of my collection, and that is the iconic moments slips. Now I believe that these are an HMV exclusive. I might be wrong on that. I think maybe Amazon do them as well, but I think it's an HMV exclusive. And they are really nice slip covers that go over the normal Blu-ray with an image from, it's normally a prop from the film and then a quote underneath it, normally the best known quote from the movie. I have these in year order, so release date order, from the oldest film to the newest film. It is an ongoing collection. I have not collected them all. I don't know how many there are here, probably about 15 or so, I think. So yeah, I'm just going to go through them, and as I said, it's an ongoing collection, so this collection will change in the future, definitely, as I collect more of these. I don't actually know how many there are, but yeah, we'll start at the first one and we'll go to the last one and I'll just show you, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. So the first film we have here is actually a film I've not seen and I need to see it. That is Casablanca. So you can see there's a whiskey glass there with some whiskey and ice in it, and it's got the logo there, the actors there, a lovely gold bit around the top that I love, and a quote. And the quote on this one is, "Here's looking at you, kid." And it always says down the bottom who said the quote, so that was Rick Blaine. Then there's the side, it says 1942, that's why I put them in release date order, because it says the date up the top. And there's the back right there. Yeah, and when you take this off, you get the original artwork underneath, which is what I really love about these. I hate it when the slip cover's the same artwork on the actual disc. I love that you get the original artwork on this. So there is the front. There is the back. Oh, it opens, there we go. And there's the disc right there. Yeah, I've never seen Casablanca. I need to watch it. It's such a classic. But yeah, I can't comment on the movie, but it's a really nice looking slip. Coming in next is a movie I have seen, so I can comment on this one. And that is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, starring Mr. Jack Nicholson. And the quote is, "Which one of you nuts has got any guts?" by Mr. McMurphy, who Jack Nicholson plays. And we've got the medication on the front there. And yep, this one came out in 1975, as you can see there. There's the back. And there's that original artwork underneath. Right there. And then I'll open it up, and it's just a blue disc, which I'm pretty sure you get in a few of these. I might be totally wrong, but there's just the blue disc. I love this movie. It's such a fantastic film. I did a thing for school where I spoke about the top 10 films adapted from books, and I'm pretty sure this was up there in my top 10, if not an honourable mention. I absolutely love this film. Definitely, if you get the chance to check this out, watch it. It is such a great movie. It's got one of the best endings to a movie, I think, ever. And yes, such a good film. Coming in next is a film I need to see. I know this film is so hyped for me, because I've heard so many people say it's brilliant, and that is Blade Runner. I really like the artwork on this one with the, I'm guessing that's a unicorn. And I've got the final cut here. This is the one you get with the iconic moment slip. And I think the final cut is the most popular cut, because I know there's many cuts of Blade Runner. And the quote is, "I've seen things you people wouldn't believe," by Roy Batty, or Batty. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but there we go. There's the back right there. It just looks such a stunning movie. Look at that. And then it came out in 1982, as you can see right there. We'll slip this off. And again, you get that beautiful original artwork underneath. And this has got 2 discs in it. Pretty decent disc artwork right there. Yeah, I can't comment on the movie, but I will definitely be watching this soon. The film looks so interesting. So there you go. That's Blade Runner. Coming in next, we have The Breakfast Club. Such a classic film. I love this movie. Definitely one of John Hughes' best films. It has to be. So you've got a picture of gloves there on the front, and then the quote is "Eat my shorts," said by Mr. John Bender himself. Yeah, it's such a nice cover on this one. It's very simple. I would actually prefer some of the cast names at the top here, or like John Hughes's The Breakfast Club. So as you can see, this one came out in 1985. There's the back right there, and then again, the artwork that I actually prefer is underneath. I love that artwork. It's so cool. And it says at the top 3 of the people that were in the film. I would have preferred that. And then there's the back. And you get the disc inside there like that. Yeah, this is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen The Breakfast Club, again, I recommend it. It's such a heartwarming movie. I've got a friend called Courtney, who this is her favourite film of all time, and I can't blame her. It's such a good film. She actually convinced me to watch this movie. So shout out to you, Courtney. I don't know if you watch the videos, but shout out to you. So this is a fantastic film. Such a heartwarming movie. So funny, so sad in scenes. Another great ending to a film. Just check out The Breakfast Club if you haven't seen it. Coming in next, we have The Mask, with that great quote, "Smoking," said by The Mask himself. So there's the front right there. And this one came out in 1994. There's the back. And then you get that original artwork underneath right there. From Zero to Hero. I love The Mask. It's such a good comedy film. Oh, if you haven't seen... I'm just going to recommend films throughout this full video. If you haven't seen The Mask, it is such a classic comedy. I think one of the funniest films ever made. Definitely I think Jim Carrey's best comedic performance is in this movie. It's The Mask. If you haven't seen The Mask, watch it. It is so good. It's such a 90s film. And something that I didn't know is this was based off a very gruesome graphic novel, which is very surprising to me, but also not surprising at the same time. I can imagine this movie being quite gruesome, but that is not the route they went down. They went down more a kid-friendly route, but it's still great. Definitely check out The Mask. Coming in next is one of my favourite films of all time, I have to say. Apollo 13. When I saw this had an iconic moment slip, I jumped on that. So you've got the Houston, We Have a Problem by Mr. Jim Lovell. This is a fantastic true story movie starring Mr. Tom Hanks. It came out in 1995. There's the back right there. And then you get that original artwork underneath. What a cast right there. Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise and Ed Harris. Gary Sinise gives an incredible performance in this way. Very underrated performance. And directed by one of the greatest directors, Ron Howard. This movie is just fantastic. You need to watch Apollo 13. It is such a good true story about, obviously, Apollo 13 and how something went really, really wrong on the spaceship and they couldn't get home. And it is basically the story of how they got home. How NASA pulled together a big team to make sure these astronauts got home safely. It is such a good film. Check this out if you haven't seen it, and it's got such a nice iconic moment slip with the helmet on there, so yeah, definitely check this out. Coming in next is Seven. David Fincher's, my second favourite David Fincher movie is Seven, just below Gone Girl. There's the front, the "What's in the box?" On the front there, said by Mr. David Mills, I forgot his name, and, Mr. Brad Pitt playing David Mills, and there's the box on the front there with the 7 sins written on it. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. I always love the logo for Seven with the 7 number in the middle. This one came out in 95 as well. And then there's the back right there. And then you get It's quite simple artwork underneath, but I think quite effective with the 7 sins there. And there's the back. And a really nice disc, actually. Yeah, 7 is such a great mystery movie. I remember watching it with my friend Sophie and her trying to guess what was going on the full time, who the murderer was, and what was going to happen. It was so funny to watch. It is one of the greatest mystery films of all time, I think. And David Fincher, what a director! What a director! So yeah, definitely check out 7 if you haven't seen it. Coming in next, we have American Pie, with, of course, the pie on the front, and the quote by Mr. Well, he's not got a name, he's just called Jim's dad, isn't he? But yeah, it says Jim's dad. I was going to say, I can't remember Jim's second name, but I was going to say Mr. But he's called Jim's dad in the movie. We'll just tell your mother that we ate it all. And that is during one of the most iconic scenes in the film. So yeah, there's the front. This one came out in 1999. There's the back right there. And then there's that original artwork, which I love, to be fair. I really like it. And then there's the inside. As you can see, I'm a massive American Pie fan. I've got the complete collection sitting up there. I love all 4 American Pie films. This is my second favourite. The original is my second favourite American Pie film after the reunion. And I might do American Pie ranking in the future, who knows. But yeah, the original is such a classic. It's one of the best teen comedies ever made, I think. If you're a teenager and haven't seen American Pie, get on this ASAP. You will laugh your head off, honestly. Yeah, definitely check out American Pie. It was like what started like the teen comedy kind of phase. Like the raunchy teen comedy. Yeah, definitely check this out. Coming in next, we have Green Mile. Fantastic film. Right on there. With the little mouse, I can't remember his name. It's not coming to me. And you've got Mr. John Coffey's quote on the front, "You can't hide what's in your heart." So there it is. I love the green. The green is such a nice shade of green. And I love that it's the mouse in the front in John Coffey's hands. It's so nice. It came out in 1999. I think a few came out in 1999. I think the next one's 99 as well. So there's the front. There's the back right there. And then you get the original artwork underneath. What's the little tagline? Paul Edgecombe didn't believe in miracles until the day he met one. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. One of Tom Hanks' best performances. I also love the guy who played John Coffey in this movie. I can't remember his name. See if it says on the back. Michael Clark Duncan, fantastic actor. There it is again with that, just a blue disc. But yeah, this is a fantastic film. It will make you cry your eyes out, but I can guarantee you'll love this if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out. Coming in next is another one from 1999. Notting Hill, starring Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. It's got the bench on the front here, and it's got that classic quote, "I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her," by Anna Scott, who's played by Julia Roberts in the movie. It's actually a very similar colour to the Green Mile one. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. There's probably one in between here, but yeah, anyway. There's the front, there's the back, as I said, 1999. Then you get that original artwork underneath. Yeah, I really like it's the bench and I love the quote, but I would actually prefer this to be a yellow. Like a kind of, not like bright yellow, but a yellow. A kind of darkish yellow. I would think that really suits the movie. But yeah, it's a fantastic film. What can I say? One of the best rom-coms of all time, I think. Yeah, if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. I just realised there's a book sitting on the bench. That's really cool because obviously it works in a bookstore. Yeah, it's one of the best rom-coms of all time. One of the best Hugh Grant performances of all time, I think. And Julia Roberts is really good. I'm not a big Julia Roberts fan. I know a lot of people love her. She's really good in this, I have to say. She really suits the role. So yeah, there's Notting Hill. I showed this one off fairly recently in my birthday video, but Billy Elliot. I'll go through this one quickly. It's a fantastic film. There's the front. I don't want a childhood. I want to be a ballet dancer. Said by Billy Elliot himself. There's the back. And you get that wonderful, I think, original artwork on the front and back there. And there's the disc. Yep, fantastic movie. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've not got much more to say about it if you haven't seen it. It's actually became one of my favourite iconic moment slips, I think, with the red. The red is beautiful. Yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It is so good. Coming in next, we have Gladiator, another colour I love. Look at that dark red. That's so cool. And the front says, what we do in life echoes in eternity, by Maximus Decimus Meridius, right there. And you've got the Gladiator helmet right there. Came out in 2000. And it comes with... There's the original artwork, which I'm not a fan of. And there's the back, which I'm not a fan of. But the iconic moment slip's beautiful. It comes with 2 discs. And it does include the extended cut, which I believe is a lot better than the theatrical cut. I have watched both now. I've watched the extended first, then the theatrical. Extended cut is better, I have to say. But yeah, it is a great movie. Mr. Ridley Scott directed this, I believe. Did he? Am I making that up? Yes, Mr. Ridley Scott directed this. Fantastic director. Russell Crowe. Probably his best performance, I think. It is such a fantastic film. Joaquin Phoenix gives a really underrated performance in this. I wouldn't say he's best, but it's still a great performance. 2 of the best actors ever in a movie together. Of course it'll work. But yeah, it is a fantastic film. Definitely check out Gladiator if you haven't seen it. Coming in next, we have The Town. I've not watched this one yet. I really want to, because I feel this film will be well up my street. The quotas on the front, you still have to pay the price for the things you've done, said by Doug McRae. And you've got money with a rose sitting on it. It looks really interesting, and it's got such a good cast. Ben Affleck, Rebecca Hall, John Hamm, Jeremy Renner and Blake Lively. So there's the front, came out in 2010. There's the back. And it includes the extended cut, which I'll definitely be watching. There's the back right there. And quite a nice artwork on with the gun on the disc. Yeah, I can't comment on the film, but I will definitely be watching this soon. It really intrigues me. Coming in next, we have Les Miserables. A fantastic musical. I'm going to see it live very, very soon. And you've got that quote in the front. Do you hear the people sing? Right in the front with the flag of freedom waving in the wind there. So that came out in 2012. There's the back right there. Fantastic performances in this movie from Mr. Hugh Jackman, from Mr. Russell Crowe, from Miss Anne Hathaway, from who else? Who else is in this movie? Eddie Redmayne. Such a big cast. Yeah, and it's directed by Tom Hooper, who did Cats. This is a lot better than Cats. I can tell you that right now. There you go, there's the front, back. The artwork underneath is horrible. It is so bland, it's unreal. There's the back. And it's not even got a title on the side. What's that all about? And yep, there's the disc. I'm not fussed about the artwork underneath. I'm glad I got it with Iconic Moment Slip because I needed that. But yeah, it is a fantastic musical, and I'm so looking forward to seeing this live in December. Yeah, just check out Les Mis if you haven't seen it. Okay, so 3 left, and the next one up is The Wolf of Wall Street. That's the kind of yellow I would have wanted on Notting Hill. That kind of sunset yellow. Anyway, it's got a wolf made out of money, which I love. I think that is such a cool piece of art. And it says on the front, was all this legal? Absolutely not. Of course, that's not the actual quote in the movie, because there is an F word shoved in the middle of absolutely not, but they can't put that in the front of a DVD. So there we go. Directed by Mr. Martin Scorsese, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Margot Robbie and Matthew McConaughey and Jonah Hill, all giving standout performances. So there's the front right there, came out in 2013. There's the back. And there's the original artwork underneath. This is a film that I think everyone should see at one point in their life. It's such a good movie. And it's 3 hours long, yet so rewatchable. It is the most rewatchable long film for me. This and Titanic are the two films that are extremely long, but I could rewatch them anytime. Yeah, it's such a good movie. Definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. Coming in next is Interstellar. Yes, one of my favourite Christopher Nolan movies. I know this is a very love-hate movie. I love it. I absolutely adore this film. There's the front right there with the spaceship, and it says in the front, mankind was born on Earth. It was never meant to die here. Said by Cooper in the movie. Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain and Mr. Michael Caine all give fantastic performances in this film, and directed magnificently by Mr. Christopher Nolan. I think he wrote this as well. I'm pretty sure he did. He does a fantastic job at that too. Says the front came out in 2014, and there's the back right there. And then you get that original artwork underneath. Back. And 2 discs. Definitely check out this movie. It's one of the greatest sci-fi films ever, I think. I think it is very much inspired by 2001: A Space Odyssey, but not to the point where it's a copy. But yeah, definitely check out this movie. It is so good. And the last one we're going to go over in this video is Get Out. Such a good horror film. So you've got the teacup on the front there, and you've got the quote, "Now sink to the floor." Said by Missy Armitage. And there's the back right there, came out in 2017. And you get that original artwork underneath. Written and directed by Mr. Jordan Peele, who knew he could write and direct horror as well as he can. There's the inside. Yep, fantastic film. I was a bit late on seeing it. I didn't see it until, I think, 2019. But yeah, it's such a good movie, such a good horror film. One of the greatest horror films in recent years, I think. Jordan Peele really knows how to make something scary without just blasting jump scares in your face. Yeah, if you haven't seen Get Out, definitely watch it. It is a fantastic film. Okay, so that's all my iconic moments, slips. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.